Good morning, children. I hope you are well. Stay home, stay safe. In today's class, we are going to start a new topic and we will discuss in detail and elaborately. Before we start the new topic, let me recapitulate the previous lesson, that is cell, its structure and function. I hope that you have gone through the first lesson about the structure of cell and function of cell. You already studied about structure of plant cell and structure of animal cell. The comparison between the similarities or dissimilarities between plant cell and animal cell, such as in the both plant and animal cell you will find nucleus, nucleolus, nuclear envelope, and around the nucleus endoplasmic reticulum. Again, these endoplasmic reticulum are two types, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Apart from these, other cell organelles you can observe in these both plant and animal cell are Golgi body, ribosomes, lysosomes, mitochondria, and other cell organelles, that is chloroplast. Chloroplast you will find only in the plant cell. It is absent or not present in the animal cell. So, if we go in detail about the study of different types of cell organelles, their structure, their functions are totally different. Different types of cell organelles will perform different types of functions. You can compare this cell with a machine. The machine has different types of parts and they carry out different types of functions. Like that, in the cell, it contains different types of cell organelles. They carry out different types of functions. Like one cell organelle will provide the energy to the entire cell to carry out all the functions, and some cell organelles will help to produce the different types of enzymes to carry out the important function within the cell and plant body, and some of the group of the ribosomes will carry out the information from one cell to another cell. So these are our functions and their structures we have studied in detail. I hope that you have understood that. And in the continuation of that previous topic, yes, we are going to start a new topic, that is the plant tissue. As you know that group of cells, similar cells togetherly called as a tissue. The same types of cells which carry out the same function and it has same structure, it is called tissue. And different types of tissues togetherly carry out a function, we call it as a organ. And different organs togetherly carry out a particular important function or a system. It is called organ system. Okay, but today we are discussing about the plant tissues, right? Okay, just imagine yourself a plant, or you can pluck a plant from your garden and just observe the parts. It has different parts. Yes, you already studied in your previous classes. The plant has roots, stem, branches, leaves, fruits and flowers, right? And these all parts of the plant are made up of cells and tissues. But the part of the plant or all parts of the plant may not have same type of the cell, because different parts of the plant will carry out different types of functions, and different parts of the plant will have the cells with different structures, right? Yes. So now let us go for a small observation, that is the activity 1 is keep the plant in front of you and observe carefully the structure of the plant and the type of the cells which are present in that plant part and what type of the function it will carry out. Just let us observe a table here so that you can understand very easily what type of the parts will carry out what type of the functions in the plant, and the plant contain different types of tissues. Okay, now you can able to see here, yes, there is a table of information as given here. Here in one column it has written as a functions, and in another column you can see name of the plant part. Now first we will see about the function, right? First one is absorption of water from soil. Yes, you know that when we water the plant will absorb the water into stem and leaves. From where it will absorb the water? From the soil. With the help of which part of the plant? Roots. So the roots play an important role in the absorption of the water from soil. Along with the water, it also absorbs dissolved mineral and salts. Different types of minerals are dissolved and they are present in the water, soil water, and they will absorb by the roots of the plant, and they will move towards the upward direction of the plant into the stem and branches and leaves. So we can say the absorption of water from soil will carry out the roots part of the plant. You can observe very carefully the roots of the plant. Yes, that roots will help in the absorption of the water into the plant in upward direction. Now second function is exchange of gases, that is from the air. Yes, you know in the air different types of gases are present. You have already studied in your previous classes. Air contain oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and various other types of gases. But plant will utilize carbon dioxide gas for preparation of the food, and in turn it will release oxygen gas. So the plant will carry out exchange of gases from the air. From the air it will take carbon dioxide and release oxygen back into the atmosphere. So this exchange of gases will take place by the plant. So which part of the plant will carry out this exchange of gases? That is stomata. The stomatal structure which is present in the leaf. If you observe carefully under the microscope, the leaf lower surface contains so many minute pores that each pore is called stomatal structure. So they are called stomatal opening. Through the stomatal opening, the air enter into the leaf and they utilize the carbon dioxide, and after that it will release out oxygen. Not only the stomatal opening help in the exchange of gases, apart from that the lenticels and aerial roots also take part in the exchange of gases from atmosphere. So it depends upon the different types of plants. Different parts of the plant like lenticels and aerial roots also help in the exchange of gases. And third one function, let us see, that is a very important function, that is the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, very important life process, photosynthesis. It is the ultimate universal life process by which the plant will prepare as food, and it will utilize that food material for itself as well as to the, and it will supply that food to all other entire living organisms as directly or indirectly. So these photosynthesis process will carried out by the plant in the chloroplast cell. In the chloroplast cell. This chloroplast cell is present in the green leaves of the green plants. These chloroplast cells are present in the green leaves of the green plant. So this chloroplast cell is the part of the plant will trap the sunlight energy and convert the carbon dioxide into the starch, and that entire chemical process is called photosynthesis, by which the plant will prepare food and store in the different parts of the plant, and it will be also utilized by the other animals directly or indirectly, right? Another one important function is transportation. Yes, just now we have seen that the roots will absorb the water. Roots will absorb the water and it will be carried to the higher level of the plant up to the leaves. So how it will be carried up to the upward direction? With the help of the specialized cells which are present in the plants. They are called xylem tissues and phloem tissues. Mainly the xylem tissues which are connected from the roots of the plant will be helpful in the conduction of the water towards upward direction through the stem and into the branches. From the branches it will be carried to the leaves to carry out the photosynthesis process. After production of the food or manufacturing of the food in the leaves, they will be again taken back into the different parts of the plant body and they will store in the different forms, like in the form of the fruit or in the form of the roots or in the form of the flowers or in the form of the leaves itself also. Yes, for that other tissue which help in the translocation of the, or simply we can say transportation of the prepared food from the leaves to the different parts of the plant, that phloem tissue will be very, very helpful. So for the transportation of the water, xylem tissues, and for the transportation of the phloem, transportation of the food, the phloem tissues are very, very helpful within the plant body. And the last important function that we are going to see, that is reproduction. Reproduction is also one of the important life process in all the living organisms, so that every living organism can continue its race or its same similar type of species for the future. So this reproduction is very, very important life process in the plants. You know very well, they will produce flowers, right? From the flowers they will carry out, with the help of the flowers they will carry out pollination process, fertilization process, and finally they will produce seeds. Yes, you may have get the doubt that some plants may not produce the flowers, then how they will reproduce? There is other methods also carried out by the plant to reproduce the new young ones, that is the method called vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation method means the vegetative parts of the plant will be helpful to reproduce or regenerate same kind of the plant which is similar to the parent plant. The vegetative parts of the plants which help to regenerate, reproduce the same kind of the parent plant, they are the roots and the stem and the leaves. These are the three very, very important parts of the plant which help to regenerate or reproduce the new baby plant without production of the seeds. I hope you will understand this topic. Thank you.